Hey there, I'm back, and you are back. Thank you very much. And please like and subscribe if you find this helpful. This is a next lesson about what's going on with websites. So let me do what we learned in the last video. Right click and view page source to see the source code, the behind the scenes of this page. And what you see here is a file. It's an HTML file. And now this is my JavaScript page. And this is a file just like any other file you have on your computer. Some of them end in .docx for Microsoft Word doc. Some of them end in .txt, or some files will have an ending in .pdf. This is a file that lives on another computer way in the cloud somewhere, not my computer. The cloud is somebody else's computer, where I'm paying rent to rent their virtual space on their computers. And there's a file on that little drive somewhere in the cloud that's called index.html or home.html, just as any other file on your computer might have a file extension. So that's all this is. This is a file full of this text. And this file, when I go to jobstruck.net, my internet domain provider that I purchased jobstruck.net from, they get a call from the computers that are in between me and them. It's relayed, kind of like stepping on lily pads to cross a pond. That my signal is relayed from my local computer here across the internet, my ISP that I'm paying every month for my internet. It eventually gets to the company that I bought my domain name from, and then that goes on to the cloud provider that I'm paying the virtual computer rent for my drive space, and then that computer space that I'm renting, that computer has a Linux server running on it, and that Linux server is just like this Linux OS that I'm on right now, that I'm casting from, and it will go into its folders, just like a folder that I have here, and it will look in the folder for the home.html file. And then that home.html file will go back across all those lily pads to my ISP, back to me. I'm very oversimplifying drastically here, but that's what happens. Then when the file gets to my computer, my browser, Firefox, whom I love and adore, will interpret that file for me. Now, there's also some JavaScript along with that home file, home.html file. So there's also home.js or something like that. That's not what I called it. I can't recall what I called it off the top of my head because I have very, very little JavaScript going on this page, but it was something like that. And there's also Bootstrap, which is JavaScript code that I did not write, that is an open source library. So then it takes that home.html page and sprinkles some of that JavaScript on it, and then boom, I got my rendered page here. So that's basically what is happening, and we can see some of that happening. If you right click and inspect anywhere on the page, you can see some controls here. I've made the text a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. So you'll see these tabs here. There's more tabs. There's style, storage, accessibility, application, and network is one of them. I've installed the AdBlock plugin, that's why that AdBlock one is there. The network tab is a tab there. So you can see all the files that are being called over the network. These are all network requests representing up and down traffic. So if I reload the page, you can actually see that occur You can see all these files that I've requested, my browser has requested, are coming in. And here's the main, this slash, falling slash, // that's the main home page. And this screenshot, this is this image file, right? And here's another screenshot. I guess I've disabled my settings here where you could hover over it and see the picture. But anyway, so these are all files. You can see .png, that's a photo file. Just as I was telling you, I'm not lying. It is true. These are all just little files going across the internet. I don't have a favicon file. Did I add that already? I don't remember. But progressbars.js, that's the file that file name that I couldn't recall. So these are all, some of these files are hosted, static files, they're hosted elsewhere. And some of these files are hosted on my rented cloud space. And these 200 codes are success codes. That's why they're a lovely green color. So that's basically a very, very rough overview of how the internet works. And thank you so much for tuning in. I will next go into some of the other tabs up here, and we'll have some fun looking at those in another video. Thanks so much.